I'm doing what they wish they could be doing. So yeah, they don't have to give me credit. They don't have to respect me. I'll make them respect me.
Israel Adesanya is easily one of the UFC's most unique and exciting fighters. And as the current interim middleweight champion, he has had quite a spectacular run in his short UFC career. Now, with Israel Adesanya set to take on Robert Whittaker for the undisputed title, we're all eager to see how he'll fare against his toughest opponent to date. So for this list, we'll be taking a look at some of the most interesting and fascinating facts about Israel Adesanya. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, then please be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at 10 facts about Israel Adesanya. Number 10. He is undefeated as a pro MMA fighter. First, let's get the most obvious fact out the way. Much of Israel Adesanya's appeal is based on the fact that he is undefeated in his professional career. Since making his pro MMA debut in 2012, Israel Adesanya has won 17 consecutive fights in a row, with 6 of those fights coming inside the UFC. He also currently holds the longest winning streak among active UFC middleweights. His most recent victory came against Kelvin Gastelum at UFC 236, as he won the interim middleweight title. And now he's looking to extend that record to 18-0, as he faces off with Robert Whittaker this weekend at UFC 243. Number 9. He's only been competing in the UFC since 2018. It's hard to believe just how far Israel Adesanya has come in such a short period of time. Adesanya first entered the UFC in February of 2018, with an undefeated record of 11-0, finishing all of his previous opponents by knockout. He made a great first impression in his UFC debut when he knocked out Rob Wilkinson in the second round. From there, he went on to win his next 5 fights, with his most notable wins coming against Anderson Silva and Kelvin Gastelum. So, in short, Israel Adesanya went from a relatively unknown fighter to one of the UFC's biggest stars in less than 2 years, all while winning the interim title in the process.
It's been crazy. Got signed last year, February. 6 fights in and I'm the champ.
Number 8. He actually lost a fight in MMA. While it's true that Israel Adesanya is undefeated in his professional career, some may not know that he actually ended up losing his first fight as an amateur. Upon making his MMA debut in 2009, Israel Adesanya went on to suffer a unanimous decision loss to his opponent. As upsetting as it was for him, the lessons he learned from it were well worth the experience. Undeterred by his first loss, Adesanya continued his training, going on to officially turn pro in 2012, where he's remained undefeated since. Number 7. He coined the term broken native after moving to New Zealand. For any of you that have watched Israel Adesanya compete, you may have noticed a tattoo spanning across the top of his chest which reads broken native. The term broken native simply means odd one out, and the tattoo was put on Adesanya sometime after he moved from Nigeria to New Zealand.
I've always been like the odd one out, you know, the bat amongst doves, the pebble amongst stones. As a native, I'm kind of broken. Yeah, I just like the way it sounds, broken native.
He moved with his parents with the hopes of receiving a better education. According to Adesanya, the tattoo is there to remind him of the life he had as well as the life he has now. Number 6. He competed as both a boxer and a kickboxer. Israel Adesanya is a sensational striker, and much of that can largely be attributed to his time competing as both a boxer and a kickboxer. Although he began his kickboxing career before trying his hand at boxing, he eventually started competing in both simultaneously. He competed as a kickboxer from 2009 to 2017, amassing a record of 75 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. As a boxer, he competed at cruiserweight, amassing a record of 5-1, with his only loss coming in his boxing debut in 2014. Number 5. He became inspired to pursue mixed martial arts from a movie. It's no surprise that action movies have inspired countless athletes to pursue careers in mixed martial arts, and this was no different for Israel Adesanya. After watching a Muay Thai film called Ong Bak at the age of 18, Adesanya was motivated to start training in kickboxing.
I found, Ong Bak, the Tony Jaa film. I found that maybe in 2008. Yeah, 2008, early 2008. I found that, and I was about 18. And I was like, yo, this is cool.
And just 6 weeks later, he participated in his first fight. In fact, he became so committed that he later went on to amass a kickboxing record of 32-0 before relocating shortly after to continue his career in China. From there, he continued to compete as a kickboxer until March of 2017, amassing over 80 fights to his credit. Number 4. He loves anime. Israel Adesanya is someone who has pulled inspiration from many sources during his run as a mixed martial artist. And one of his main sources of inspiration has come from anime, most notably a Japanese anime series called Naruto.
It's a long story, but he's a kid who inspires me just based on the way he was brought up and his willpower. His willpower really inspired me.
The story is about a boy who dreams of becoming the greatest fighter in his village. So naturally, that's a message that resonates with Adesanya. He's even gone so far as to make hand gestures in the octagon that are based around the show. Not only that, he also has a tattoo on his stomach that was inspired by the TV show, with the ink resembling the seal of the nine-tailed fox. So I think it's safe to say that he is quite a die-hard fan. Number 3. His nickname comes from a TV show. Israel Adesanya's nickname is certainly a unique one. While many of you will likely be familiar with its origins, others may not know that his nickname, the Last Stylebender, comes from a popular animated TV series called Avatar, The Last Airbender.
I coined the name from a TV series called The Avatar.
Did you give yourself the nickname, or did somebody give you that nickname?
Nah, fuck that, I gave myself the nickname.
During the show, the main character's mission was to master the elements of water, fire, earth and air. Likewise, Israel Adesanya is on a similar mission, except his is to master all of the elements of mixed martial arts. And so far, I'd say he's doing a pretty good job of it. Number 2. He has a passion for dancing. Israel Adesanya has always loved to perform, and that doesn't just include competing in MMA. Dancing is a hobby that Adesanya has been extremely passionate about for quite some time. He was actually a competitive dancer throughout his teenage years, with those dance moves still being used to this day.
I was a dancer as a kid, just expressing. I've always been a show-off. I've always liked to just be creative.
He was so passionate about it that he actually considered pursuing it professionally at one point. Unfortunately, his parents didn't approve, so he instead chose a different career. But for anyone who has watched him compete, you'll be well aware that he's well known for incorporating a bit of dancing after his fights. Number 1. He holds the record for the most knockdowns in a single fight. Israel Adesanya is known as a knockout artist, finishing a massive 81% of his opponents by KO or TKO. And although he wasn't able to knock out his last opponent Kelvin Gastelum, he did end up setting a record in an attempt to do so. During their championship fight at UFC 236, Adesanya managed to drop Gastelum an astounding 4 times. What was more remarkable though was that Kelvin Gastelum actually managed to get back up after each knockdown. It speaks wonders of the elite striking of Israel Adesanya as well as the toughness of Kelvin Gastelum. And although he wasn't able to finish him, he went on to win the fight and seized the interim middleweight title in the process. So that concludes our list of 10 brilliant facts about Israel Adesanya. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. Apart from that, thanks so much for watching guys, and we'll see you on the next video.
Oh, flying knee off. I'm out. We're done.
Never have a doubt, do you like me now? Am I good enough now? Should I get more loud to get hear the fucking sound? Oh no, I'm losing my shit again, having to fit again. Man, I'm forgetting when I used to have some friends. I used to play pretend, we all grow up and then hating my phone and trends. I'm about to blow my head, nobody knows I'm dead. Fear I'm a ghost instead, think that I'm close, I get straight comatose in bed. Try to go slow with breath, breathe out my nose and head. Heart doesn't go the trend, faster it goes.